Good morning. Welcome back, Jack. Welcome back to a new video. This video is probably going to be really random. I don't have a plan for this video, just like most of my videos. Some are planned out, but the majority of them aren't. So I'm just going to call this video a day in the life because I'm so tired today. I took a shower, and I think that's the problem. I took a shower in the morning and I feel so tired because of it. And I don't like taking a shower at night because then my hair is wet and I don't want to blow dry it at night. I don't know, I'm so weird. So I like taking them in the morning. The only thing, well, I just noticed a huge mess. I mean, I made it myself. This was not my daughter. Let me turn you around real quick to show you what I'm talking about. But before I show you that, I do want to go to Dollar Tree because I feel like everyone on YouTube is doing like spring decorating, which makes sense. It's almost spring. And they're doing Easter decorating. I know this month is Easter. I gotta grab my daughter soon. But no one is doing like St. Patrick's Day. So I want to at least get some window clings because that's the cheapest way to decorate more than one space. You know, just put them on the windows, put them on the fridge. I put them on mirrors. I put them on everything. So I want to see what they have. I might get some of those. I don't know, but I definitely do want to go to Dollar Tree today. Just me and Jalen. But let me show you what I did this morning. So I made a huge mess with the toys. I don't remember why. Okay, yeah, that's right. So I gave the dogs treats this morning, right? This mess wasn't here. I made this mess this morning because I gave the dog treats, both of them, the dogs treats. One of them bounced, rolled under the couch over here, and Jack was going crazy. I didn't see it roll under there, but I knew something was under there that he wanted because he kept pulling the carpet out, right? So I took a long, stick and was trying to get the treat out, but I couldn't see it. And I kept finding all these little toys. And so toys like, the other halves of fruits and vegetable toys like that my daughter has. And then it just got me to thinking, I'm going to try to, look at all of them. So I made a huge mess trying to find, all the pears to everything, except I couldn't find the potato, but that's okay. Keep that up there. I want to look for that eventually. But I left them out because I'm not sure I want to put them back how they were before I pulled them all out. And I wish I could find something better to put those in. And I don't want to get a basket. Maybe I can find a big tub, but I don't think they have tubs that big at Dollar Tree. I don't know. That's not really why I want to go there, but I'm just kind of thinking, I don't want to put these all back because I don't know how I want to do it. What I'm thinking is of putting all the bigger toys in her little toy box. And this is a little shoe bench is what people usually use it for, but I've used it for all kinds of stuff, everything. Well, I used it for a shoe bench once, but I don't want to use it for that. Seems like I should. But there's so many toys. So I like to put her bigger toys in here, but I'm wondering if I should just put all her smaller toys. I don't know. I'm not sure, but that is one thing I do want to do today. I do have one load of laundry in my bedroom that I need to throw in the wash. But yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. And I don't want to deal with any of this until after we come home. And my daughter was actually laid down for a nap right now, but she is not falling asleep. And I just look so tired. I was scrubbing my eyes and now they're just red and it won't go away. But I mean, I scrub my whole face, but the eyes are not changing. Anyways, so I think I'm just gonna go get her up and go from there. Probably put some mascara on so I don't look like that. But it is a nice day out. Jace is at school. Julian's hanging out with his girlfriend. Don't know when he'll be back, but I kind of want to go on a walk today. Yesterday we walked the dogs. We had to walk them separately. So we actually took 2 walks, and I was pushing Jalen in the stroller, and they were going crazy. So if we do that again sometime, it's not going to be today for sure because Julian's not here. I don't have help with that. I'm going to go grab her, and then I'll pick you guys back up. So I'm in the bathroom getting ready. This is what she does every time we're in here. The bottom drawer, Jalen Ray. The bottom drawer is hers. It has her bath toys in it and rags. Pretty much that's all it has in it. But this drawer right here is not hers, but she's so interested in everything. Yep, those are brothers. But, oh my goodness. But anyways, oh my goodness, this child. So I had, she was playing with this. I was using it for a soap dish, but it's actually like a dipping little sauce dish. Made in Portugal. Portugal. Anyways, that's besides the point. So I had a subscriber, the same girl as last time. Her name's Amy. She sent me, oh my gosh, I'm going to have a heart attack. She sent me a bunch of, hold on a second. Y'all, I can't keep up. I'm already exhausted. I don't even think it was a shower this morning. And usually showers wake people up, but for me, it's like so relaxing. That's why I was thinking, oh, it's the shower. It's not the shower. It's the baby. But anyways, she sent me some more stuff. I have a lot of wax melts, and I have I have 2. She sent me. She didn't send me this, but she just found that. No, she sent me two like, goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. It's okay. She needs a nap, so this is going to be fun going to Dollar Tree. But she sent me these 2 little, they're like Scentsy, you plug them in, they're night lights, but they're wax melt night lights, and that is one of them right there. It's so beautiful. I can't even go near this wall because she was just touching that clock. Now she wants to lean over so I can't hold her. Jalen Ray. Okay. But anyways, and she sent me this little plug-in that it has like, you know, a scent thing that you screw into it. And I had put that behind the couch. It's cute too. It's like a little night light. It lights up. And it smells amazing. There's like 3 scents that go with that. And it said happy and fruity. I was like, that sounds good. Happy and fruity. And it does. It smells so good. That's behind the couch. I don't know if I just said that. I'm like so distracted. I know. But I'll show you guys all of that in a little bit. That is a drain pipe cleaner. Watch out. Anyways, I didn't put on the tan one, but I just put on that. It's like a cover up. And she sent me some makeup brushes and the eye and lip firming cream. And that one is like an eye makeup color. It's really pretty. And she sent me that, like a facial wash. She's super sweet. I was like, man, I feel like a woman. Okay, so I just put I squeezed some lemon juice into my water. I love this cup. I got it from Dollar Tree, and I feel like I drink more water with this than I ever did with that water bottle I had. I had like a Pop Top Smart water bottle that I just kept refilling, and I had one for like, I swear it was almost a year. Also, I need to put batteries back in this. I'm charging some batteries because they're, and I need to clean the corrosion. So I was charging this. I should hook it up again. But I started a sourdough starter again today because I tried it. I was doing it a long time ago, and I did make a loaf, but I don't think I made it. I didn't do a good job because when I was taking out the discard, when I first started my starter, like as I was like taking it out, I used that discard to put into my sourdough or the bread. Okay, she's choking. She is choking. Here. Well, she was. But anyway, so when apparently, so what I was doing before is I looked up online and I had all the directions from like a blog or something. You know, I wasn't watching any videos. That was my mistake. And I've been watching Betty Baker on YouTube, and I didn't realize that she had videos about sourdough and everything that goes along with it. So I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a second shot. But the point is, what I was saying is, when you first discard from it, that discard, like the first couple ones, are actually no good. So it makes sense why my bread didn't rise. It looked pretty until I baked it. I mean, it still looked pretty, but it was just like still flat. It was like a big, long, flat chunk of bread. And it wasn't, I did eat some of it, but it didn't taste like bread. I mean, it tasted like bread, but it was hard. You know what I mean? Not rock hard, but it was not right. So I kind of fell off of that for a while because I'm like, well, this isn't working. But I'm trying it again. So she has a lot of good videos. If you guys want to check her out, she's really cool. I can't think of, I mean, she just bakes. It's Betty Baker, but she has a lot of she has a lot of good videos. So I'm going to grab Jalen while her diaper's still good, put her in her car seat, and we're going to head to Dollar Tree after I get her some socks. Watch out, baby. Back up. Sometimes he barges in and he'll shove the door, so I just don't want her right there when he's doing that. All right. Okay, so it's a new day. Good morning. So yesterday I went to the Dollar Tree. I wanted to record it, but then I'm looking around and they had no more St. Patrick's Day stuff. It was all gone. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna just record whatever in here, you know. And so that kind of threw me off filming wise, because I'm like, well, now what? And also, I didn't want to record that whole day anyways. Like, I would have finished the video if they had stuff there. I would have finished the video out, but then my husband came home sooner than I thought he would, and I didn't want to be filming when he was here because yesterday was our 9-year anniversary. So I was like, no, I don't want to be filming on that day when he was there, you know, or here. So the toys, that whole situation didn't get taken care of. He told me that he put all her stuffed animals into the fireplace, entertainment center, TV stand, whatever you want to call it. So he did pick up some of her toys because I was just like, man, they were everywhere. I didn't tell him to though. Like, I would have just left them out and then done it today. But I think I'm just gonna pick up the toys today and not really go through them because she actually plays with everything. But anyways, later that night yesterday, we went to Hobby Lobby and they didn't have the window clings either, but they did have some stuff for like craft books. It's like these foam sparkly 3-leaf clovers, little clovers. He got some double-sided tape, so I just stuck them to the mirror and the windows and the door, and I put some on the fridge. So I just put them like that. I don't know why. I've been liking putting window clings on the fridge. Usually I'll put them just on the window here, but I don't know. I was like, you know, they're all the same, so it's like you can only make it look so good, but it doesn't matter. They're kind of all random. And I didn't put those ones any lower on the back doors because my daughter would just rip them off. I had one down on that part of the door down there on the glass, and she took it off. I knew she would, but I just wanted to see like what she would do. She totally just took it off, ran away with it and stuff. But yeah, but they're cute. And then that's what I have going on for the toys. So I think what I'm gonna do is, there's nothing in there. I'm just gonna take all the ones, because I had to clean that out anyways. It wasn't like I just wanted to organize the toys randomly. But I'm gonna start filling this up, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so all the big toys are on the bottom, and then I just shoved whatever else wouldn't fit into the fireplace console thing into it. And then yesterday at Hobby Lobby, so we got 2 packs of those little clovers, and then my husband got Jalen this. It has like one of those, you know, those bands that just like slap on your wrist, the slap-on bracelets. They put like what do you call it, a measuring tape in the inside. Apparently I've seen that someone cut it open. They're like, what's in here? And it was a measuring tape or tape measure. Either way, but yeah, it can go in your wrist. She was not happy about it though, because she was throwing a fit in the store because she wanted to run around, but we had to go. But I will leave it out just in case. And then also at Dollar Tree, I was looking around for something to put these in, and I know they have those white baskets because I used to have one. This all would barely fit into something like that. So I didn't want to get one of those again because I just got rid of one. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. And yeah, some of her toys just kind of end up in the corners. Like her chair is always there. The other toys are kind of like random, but I usually always put her chair there. Not for her to sit on it there. It's there to be out of the way. And I put toys in it because she doesn't actually move her toys and sit in it there. I will have to pull it out for her to sit in it. So it's actually okay. Otherwise, I'd be worried about her messing with the thing on the wall right there. And then I always put her bike there. And then I just left these toys out for her for right now. She's down for a nap right now. So when she gets up, I'm sure she's going to make a mess again. So I just kind of leave them out. At night, I try to put them more, like put them away more, but it's no big deal. I'm not stressed out about it. Yesterday I was talking about like my subscriber Amy gave me a bunch of stuff, and this was one of the things. I thought it was so cute, just a little thing. I just stick it right there, and then that little sign right there, I just put it on top of the oven. Hopefully it doesn't like fall. But I just thought, like, I don't know where to put it, so I like it right there. I mean, it makes sense, like if you come and feed yourself from the stove. I don't know. And that is the other little plug-in wax melter nightlight that she gave me. It's so adorable. And then here is 9 of the 10 wax melts that she gave me. One of them is in our bedroom, and that was, I'm telling you, like normally we don't have any kind of smells in our bedroom, and I felt like I slept so good with that. It was on a timer, but still. Yeah, so mistletoe, French toast, homestead holiday. This one smells good. It's kind of, I mean, it says violet, but I wouldn't say it smells like blueberry, but it does smell really good. Coconut, blueberry, prickly pear and agave, dashing, and caramel chestnut. And the one in our room is kind of like a vanilla something. I don't know. I don't remember what it is, but it's like a pink color, light pink. She'd also given me a bunch of these little seasoning packets. I have way more put away, but I set them out because I was going to season dinner last night, but we ended up having leftovers, which is kind of ironic. Like, we just kind of ate in. We didn't really want to do anything. I think honestly what it is I think the time change combined with all the car problems all at once is just like, it's too much. And then Jalen was on a roll yesterday with just like fighting sleep. She did not take like one nap. She fell asleep in the car for like maybe 10 minutes, but that's not a nap, you know? It's just like, oh my goodness, it was not our day. So we're like, no, let's not make this any more complicated than it has to be. But I mean, we did go to dinner the other day, and we didn't have Jace with us. In that one, I think my last video, Jace was actually at his dad's. I forgot to mention that, but he was at his dad's, and that was on the weekend. And so you've seen Julian, but it was just me, Julian, Jalen, and Earl. So, what else was I going to say? Oh, when I was saying, like, come to the food, when I was saying come to the oven to get your food, what I mean is when my husband cooks dinner, he likes to leave it, like, in the kitchen, and then you come and, like, get your plate, or he'll serve up the plates. But when I do dinner, I like to bring the dinner to the table, not just like on your plate. I like to bring all the items at the table, so you don't have to get up for seconds. Like, you could just sit there, see what all's there. You don't have to like wonder how much that person just got up and took. Like, I just feel like it's more of a dinner that way, and that's just kind of how like, that's how I've always done it, and I just like doing that. So, but I forgot what else I was gonna show you guys. Oh, ooh, I gotta show you something real quick. So I've never heard of these before, and they're like little tiny beads. I'll open it in a little bit. But oh my gosh, they smell so good. The scent is ocean, but it just smells like so good. So I use this on, I used it once so far on towels, and I didn't even get to start my laundry yesterday, you guys. It was just like, it ended up being just like a stressful day to where we were just like burnt out. Everybody, I think, was burnt out. But anyways, I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so that's what they look like, and it comes with a little scoop. I just am gonna be using just a tiny bit because I don't mind the scent. It's okay if it smells strong, but I want to save it. I want to use this as long as I can, so I'm just going to use little by little. But I love it so much. It's just awesome. I don't know. I'm so excited for all the stuff that she gave me. Thank you so much, Amy. Because to her, she's like, oh, you know, kind of minimizing like how big of a deal it is in my eyes. Like, to her, she's just like, oh, you know, I just have this extra stuff, blah blah blah. But the point is like, she didn't have to like even do that. Like, she could have easily just dropped it off somewhere else, sold it, but she took the time and effort and like sent it to me, reached out to me and all that. So I really appreciate that. That was so sweet of you. And I'm telling you right now, my house smells amazing. Okay, so it's funny I just said that because I'm like, why don't I smell the one smell I always smell, which is the plug-in I put behind the couch, which looks like, it looks like that, and it's like a Bath and Body Works kind of thing. It's called Wallflowers, and I was thinking, why isn't it lit up? Why don't I smell it? And so this thing you can get from Amazon. My husband got this. It comes with a remote, and so, well, okay, so let's do number 3 is this. Okay, now it's not plugged in. What's going on? Okay, that's number 3. So, turn it off, and it turns, number 3 is the Christmas lights that are drooping in the window, or whatever you want to call it, hanging in the window. So, in the mornings, I like to turn it to 3, turn the 3 on, and that is 3. The lamps that my husband got are 1 and 2. So I just pushed 1 and it won't come on. I pushed 2 and it won't come on. But the problem is these are touch lamps. So turn it on. That lamp that I just turned on, I turn on, yeah, number 1, turn it off. So it'll turn off. And okay, usually it does turn on. Hold on. Let's do all on. And then, So if you push the all on button, I think that's what it was, you can turn it off and turn it back on. But when you turn it off and try to turn it on again, oh, now it works. Okay, what in the world? That's so weird. But turn that off. I just want those on so I can smell this thing. And the thing I like about it too is it's hard to tell, but there's a little button down here under those lights on the side there. It has like 3 settings: low, medium, and high. Oh my gosh. Even on low, usually it's on the second one right now, which is weird, but even on low, this smells so good. And I have had this going pretty much like the whole time until like, except for like when I go to bed, I have it going all day long. And I've had this now for like 2 days or so, I think. And it hasn't gone down like hardly at all. And granted, I put it on low, but I don't know. I just think it's great. So this one is Bath and Body Works. If you guys want to go check it out, it smells amazing. And I thought, because I'm putting it like behind the couch, I thought like, oh, you know, you're not gonna smell it. But it goes out and everything. Like, I smell it in the living room and it smells amazing. I can smell it all throughout here. Like, now obviously when I go down the hall, I don't smell it as much, but it has a good smell. But it's not like too much. It's like a faint smell, but strong, as in like it goes everywhere. I love it. But forgot what I was gonna talk about. I totally plucked the crap out of my eyebrows the other day. Don't know why I did that. I should have just left them, but hey, good thing about hair is it grows back sometimes. Hold on. I feel like this video is like really not going to be me doing much, more like me catching you guys up on things that I forgot to share with you. So I don't remember if I did or not, but I showed you the eggs that Jay's picked out. He picked out these and these for Jalen. They were from Dollar Tree and they were in big packs. Well, my husband got all the like solid color, not shiny ones for her, and they all came in a pack. He said it was a good deal because it was $10, but I don't know. I'm thinking, well, I just got all these eggs from Dollar Tree that was only like, you know, not even $3. So, but the thing he got came with like a bunch of these little squishy animal things, but they're not all the same. But you know, it's like kind of like material that is almost sticky and it picks up all the dust and dirt. So I don't know, she likes them, but you got to watch them real close. Plus I don't want her chewing on them. I tried to give her one of the carrot ones today and she was chewing on it. And yeah, there's some bunnies and I don't know, they're really cute. The first one I gave her was this one and she was like hugging it. She was like, oh. It was so cute. But I don't know, they have like different ones, but for the most part it's just, you know, Easter stuff, bunnies and stuff like that. Some are chicks. I don't know what the heck that thing is. Just a weird blob. It's probably supposed to be a chick. There's a bunny. And oops, see what I mean? They're kind of hairy. I've got to clean them off before we do Easter, but that's a weird one. Okay, and there's a carrot. I was trying to find this the whole time. Okay, so I'm in the garage right now, and what I mean by car problems is the door is completely taken off, and not even going to get into it, but basically we have to get a new door. We're taking care of that. We're in the middle of taking care of that. We have to put a new door on, or we have to put the new door on, and we're using the outside of the new door, and we're gonna put all the same like interior back on the new door, hopefully. I mean, it should work. And then along with a new fender. So that's some car problems. It's like one thing after the next, and it's so funny. Okay, it's not funny, but isn't it kind of weird how in one of my older videos I was talking about you don't have to have a new car, and it's so much money going into a new car because the payments, and even if you pay it buy it brand new, you know, pay it off right when you buy it, it's still a lot of money. And then boom, not that we weren't having car problems when I said that, but it's like all of a sudden it's like bam 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 bam. Like first it was the Durango, then my husband's truck, and then the red car was also having problems before the Durango, and then it's just kind of like, but this weekend we're going to be working on that. Oh, my husband's going to be working on it. I'm going to try to help him if I can. Not that I know what I'm doing, but I like cars, and I feel like it's a good thing to learn as much as you can about something that you continue to drive around and you're in. I think it's very helpful to know them, you know what do you call it? I think it's important to know as much as you can about something that you are continuing to put yourself in, and just put your life into this vehicle's hands. You know, it's important to know what you're getting yourself into, literally. But the funny thing is, it's just like bam. It's like, oh, karma. But really, with all the money, and we're going, you know, junkyards and stuff like that. Like, we're saving as much money as we can. We're not buying like completely brand new stuff unless it's parts or whatever. You know, we do it the cheapest way we can. But even if we were buying all brand new, and, you know, my husband is the one doing the work, so I know people, like, if you don't work on cars, yeah, maybe it is a good option to buy a brand new car, because if you're not going to be the one working on it, something that could be like a couple $100 job will end up being well over $1,000, just because of the labor, which is ridiculous, because some of the stuff they do is, it really doesn't take that long, and the parts are not even that expensive. It's the labor, and it's like you could just do that at home. But if you don't do that, and if you don't enjoy it, if you just rather like not deal with it, then that's a whole nother story. But if you do work on your own stuff, then I don't see anything wrong with like the older vehicles. Like, yeah, you'll be working on them more, or you'll be working on them, because if you have a brand new vehicle, I doubt anything will go wrong right away. Maybe, I don't know. I used to have a Hyundai Accent, and that thing never had problems, like, at all. And this car here is a Mitsubishi Galant, and this car has been the best vehicle until I gave it to my son. And it's so weird, because I think, like, because I was like, oh, it's yours, you know, and it was sitting. I think that's where everything just went downhill, because I wasn't driving it anymore. I should have just kept driving it until he got his license. Then it would probably be fine, for the most part. But I mean, it has like body damage, as in like paint and stuff like that. But my husband's actually thinking about painting the car, because he knows how to do that too. Like, he can do so much, and I don't know, he's amazing. Like, he can do so much stuff. I don't even know where to begin. Like, woodworking, he works on cars, he knows how to like fix almost anything when it breaks. And if he doesn't know how to do it, he will look it up and he will figure it out on his own. So the only time he ever really like asks for help is if he needs like extra manpower, you know, or woman power, whatever. But yeah, I just thought I would share that, because I'm like, I bet a lot of people are like, karma. And I'm like, whatever. The point is, like, you know, when you have something and you really love it, you will take care of it. If it breaks, you're going to fix it. If you don't know how to fix it, you're going to figure it out, you know. But if you do not know how to do that stuff, your best bet is just getting something new. So I didn't add that into that video, but I think I should have. So anyways, Julian's off today, and Jace is at school right now. Earl's at work. What else? Jalen's down for a nap. The house isn't too bad. Julian did the floors earlier, and Jack really needs to be brushed, but I'm not going to be doing that in this video or anything. But you could tell, look at his butt. I mean, look at his, you know, you could just tell. He's like, oh. He gets so dirty so quick, but he still needs to be brushed regardless of how quickly it goes back to that. I'm just like so tired today. Yesterday, like I said, Jalen she didn't want to take a nap, and she woke up in the middle of the night with gas pains. You could tell, you know, she was in pain, and I was just like, I couldn't deal with it. Like, I don't know, when you're here all day long, every day, like, to put it into perspective, ever since she was born, it's not like, well, no one actually has babysat her. Not that I want them to, so it's kind of like my fault, but there's no reason for her to be babysat. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, can you watch her so I can go have fun? Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's with me all the time, and it can get overwhelming. But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, today, Earl's going to be working on the car, putting the door on and doing all that, like putting the door together and putting it on. And then later today, well, after I get Jace, a little bit after I get Jace, I have to go pick up my mom, and I'm gonna go take her to one of her appointments. And I don't know, that's pretty much the gist of the day. And I'm not sure if this weekend my husband's gonna be working on the Durango or not, but I'm not even gonna bring it up. I've learned my lesson. Just don't bring it up. Just wait and see. Not that he gets mad, but if he's already frustrated with something, you don't bring it up. But Julian's eating lunch. What are you watching?
This little TikTok of a dad and son.
Yeah.
And the son's taking his dad to the gym, and the son's like, "Hey, you're in my home now. You're in my house. I'm the man of the house. Let's warm up with some cardio." And the dad's tired. He's like, "Ooh." And the son's like, "Oh, you're working the cardio, huh?" And the dad says, "Yeah, the only cardio I get is with your mother."
Oh, okay. Anyways. Oh, I was gonna tell you, like, I never tell you guys what shows we're watching. I guess I said it like a couple times, but currently, right now, we've been watching Scorpion. I can't remember what season we're on already, but we have been like binge watching it. That's what we'll watch at night when we're like settling down, and then we'll be in the living room. And then when it's bedtime, we go turn it on in the bedroom, and just like when we're about to pass out, we're like, okay, we're done. But it's a pretty good show. It's basically about a bunch of geniuses and stuff saving the world. What else? Oh, I finally found Erin Brockovich. So Victoria Wolf, one of my subscribers, she told me, like, you know, check Netflix. But when I had looked for it, because I was like, I already did, but I didn't check it when she said, hey, check it. And yeah, it was free all of a sudden. But when I was looking for it, it said like I had to rent it or buy it. So I watched that the other day. And I watched, just recently I put on my Facebook, I was like watching Beverly Hills Ninja. Was it? Yeah. Beverly Hills Ninja with Chris Farley. And I'm like, I miss Chris Farley. It's like an old movie, and it's corny, but it's funny. He's so goofy that it's funny. But I don't know what else to put in this video. I'm not really going to be doing anything, if you haven't gathered that already. Sometimes I just like to jabber on and talk about stuff and not really film me doing anything. Because, well, I don't know. I mean, there are some dishes in the sink, but I'm just not in the mood to like throw any kind of motivation in this. I know that sounds really bad, but I'm just not in the mood. Like, if I do the dishes, I'm not gonna film it. I just don't feel like doing that today. I do that pretty much every video. And back in the day, I don't think I did that as much, and I feel like just wanted to post a video of just nothing, really, you know? Okay, I forgot to share that Amy also got me this thing, and I didn't take a bath, but I squirted a little bit in my shower the other day, and it smells so good. But I would love to take a bath with this. I'm going to try to do that as soon as I can. And she got me this little mug, Mama Bear. I just love it. I love anything that says mama. I don't know why. I'm just like, I just feel, I don't know. I need some more shirts that say it. I do have one, but it wasn't my size. Or it's not my size. And I used to tie it up and then I cut it. And now it's just kind of weird. But I don't want to get rid of it because it's cute. It says mama and it's like a leopard print. It's a black shirt with leopard print mama lettering. But I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I feel weird not really doing anything in a video. But I'm just honestly, I feel like I'm just too tired. I am. Like, yeah, I could push myself. But Julian just did the dishes. So the dishwasher is running. He did the dishes after I just filmed that last part. After he ate, he did the dishes. He heard me complaining. That's not why I did it. But that's nice, you know. So, I don't know. Everything's really, there's not much to do. Yeah, I could force myself to do stuff. Oh, speaking of which, you know, in my bathroom, the drawer had one screw in it and it would like twist and turn. I fixed that the other day. And oh yeah. And on our fireplace, Jalen had put a little cookie crumb in here and it was just in there forever. And then there was also like paint on here from when I painted it. And I just didn't try hard enough to get it off. So I just did that the other day. And I got the crumb out of there. I was trying to think of things that like I just kind of forgot about and I don't really get to that bug me. So I took care of that. And then I also dusted the other day, but you can't really tell. And on Julian's door in the hallway, he had stickers on his door. I took those off. That actually took a lot longer. I didn't do anything special. I do know that essential oils actually gets that stuff off, like sticky residue. It gets it off really quickly, but I didn't want to waste it on that. So I just took a warm rag and, you know, scrubbed the crap out of the door. So I did that. So, oh, I forgot. I put my, the gamer chair that was out in the living room, well, in the dining room, I put that in our room like I said I was going to, and I ended up putting the plant just at the end of the hall, which is weird, but that's where I put it. But yeah, this is Julian's door, and I took all the sticky stuff off because I'm going to be doing something to the doors sometime soon, and I wiped all the doors down really well, and I cleaned around the door frames and all that because they were just really grody. Jace's wasn't that bad, which is weird. So I think it has to do with Roxy because Roxy stays in Julian's room. So it's like her rubbing up against like the door frame and all that. But yeah. Oh, by the way, outfit of the day is nothing special. I always wear this shirt. I have no idea where this is at. Moore University. I don't even care to look it up because it's like, what's the point? I'm not going to go there. I didn't go here, okay? But I like the shirt because it's a big gray t-shirt. I just love gray t-shirts, and I love anything that, like, I don't know. I'm weird with, like, I like shirts that say stuff. Not all kinds of graphic tees, but I do like stuff like this. Like, maybe it doesn't have to be a college or anything like that, but I don't know. I just always like shirts like that. There. Now you can see it better. It's just my dirty jeans that I need to wash in this shirt. And I have this necklace. I got it on Amazon a long time ago. I think it was like $10. And you put oil in it, essential oil, and it has a sponge. And you just carry the scent around with you. And I love it so much. I actually got it when I was a CNA. And I used... what was it? I don't remember the scent that I always had. Either it was I used lemon a lot, and not tea tree, frankincense. Those were my favorites because it's calming to me, you know, and just like because those jobs can be really stressful and emotional. Like, it wears on you physically, emotionally, mentally, everything. It takes everything out of you, and you have to put your whole self into that kind of job. So it helps to have like an essential oil necklace when you're doing that kind of thing. It's actually pretty nice today, and I'm not about to sit here and complain that my daughter's taking a nap, but I would really like to go on a walk. Oh my goodness. What time is it? 12:30? Yeah. I don't know. I feel so weird, like, when there's really not much to do. I mean, I could clean that off, but it's no point in filming cleaning one thing. I'm just not in the mood. But I cannot believe I did this kitchen all myself. There are some spots like under the drawer there that need to be touched up, and up there that needs to be touched up. And of course, when I repaint the ceiling, all of that will be fixed. As y'all can see, like in the living room, I have enough agreeable gray to where I could paint over these spots, but I'm not going to do that because it would be obvious. Less obvious than that, but I'm not going to do it because eventually I would paint over anyways when I get a new can, because when I get agreeable gray, it's actually mixed to the color and they're all slightly a little bit different. So, and that's just what you're going to get when you do that. So I'd rather get a new can and just repaint these walls. And then I've been noticing, I'm glad I'm kind of jabbering on because then I'm remembering things that I want to tell you guys. I swear, I know I painted this with agreeable gray. I don't think I did 2 coats. I might have, but look at the difference. I know this is in the light. Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, this wall, I don't like how the color looks on this wall. And look in the corner. That's what I'm talking about. See the difference? Like, I know that is in the corner, but even to here with the light in the light, it's just that slight bit, I don't know how to explain it. But to me, that's like, I gotta cut those leaves off. That's a big enough difference. Like, I don't know, now it doesn't look like it. But, so when I get a new can, I think what I'm gonna do is use it for what I need to use it for. And eventually when I get a can at some point, I'm gonna paint this and those other 2 walls on the other side. With it, hoping that it ends up more light like that color. So Earl was just talking about cleaning up the pool before it's nice enough to swim in it. That way, when it gets warmer, because spring's right around the corner, and all of a sudden, like when it's warmer, we don't want to be working on that when it's warm enough to swim. So he was talking about that this morning. Oh my goodness, also. So yesterday was our 9-year anniversary, and on the day before, he was telling me that he might have to go to Cleom again. And I was like, really? Like, that he would be gone overnight and then come back the next day. And I'm like, wow, okay, whatever. I was just like, what are you gonna do? I mean, you can't argue with work, right? Can't argue with a job that pays our bills and stuff like that. But it was gonna be a bummer, but he didn't end up going, so he got lucky. I can't think of anything else. I'm not gonna end this video here though. I'm not doing it. Okay, so I did just take those leaves off just because it's simple, something that needed to be done. And I'm gonna clean off my daughter's little tray for her high chair. So I just usually go like this and rinse it. Usually after she eats, everything comes off easier. Before I do that, I also will throw this into the dishwasher sometimes if I put stuff in there. I don't know, it has to fit. So like if there's hardly anything in there, but I do want this clean and I have room to throw this in there with whatever's in there, I'll do that too sometimes. And then I usually stick it here, or I'll put it on the high chair, but I don't know why. I'm used to putting it here. And the other day I forgot, Earl got this candle and it was expensive. I was like, babe, it was like 10 something. I mean, it's a big candle, but I haven't been burning it a lot because I don't want to waste it. It says $17.95, but I tore off the tag that said $10.99. It's campfire nights. It smells good, and the jar is cute. So the thing with candles is, if you get a little heater thing that you can plug in, it's like a wax. Well, you can. It's a warmer. You can use it for candles. You set a candle on it, and it just heats it up, or whatever. But what I like to do is when the candle gets low enough, instead of just tossing it out, I like to heat the wax up and then take the wick and everything out. And I like to make my own candles every once in a while. I haven't been doing it lately, but I have done that in the past. I have all the stuff to make it. Or I will take a bunch of candles that are low, melt them each down, take the wick out, and slowly pour into a jar that I really like. Like this would be one that I would do. Or you could use it as a little planter. Like I could take some of my spider plants and I could plant it in there. You can do so much. I think it's really, it's worth it to spend that much, I guess, if you really, really love the jar or whatever it comes in. And there's also trees. It's really pretty, but it smells amazing. But sheesh, I never would have paid that much for it. He just likes to randomly like buy me candles and stuff like that. He is so sweet. But anyways, goodness gracious. I do have one load of laundry, but it's just those bed sheets that I hung as curtains and a few rags. That's what I said. Like I said, that's what I used those little scent beads for. This is our like wet rag basket. Usually it is down here, but I have, let me turn on the light. I have my shutters that I'm not sure what I want to do with. Those are there. This is a box that I'm continuing to try to fill up. I'm still kind of in the middle of decluttering. Obviously, if I declutter, I will be filming that. A random bear picture, just it fell, but cat food, cat litter, cat food, water. The cat box is in there. There is a little door that can go in there, but I keep it open because she doesn't like going through there. I got a treadmill, and then we had just cleaned up the garage to pull the car in. So now I have this basket, and that at some point those, I'm not sure what to do with that because it's my husband's stuff. Some of that will go back into his truck, and that basket will go into the shed. Oh, and in one video, I was using the steam mop, and this part here, God, that needs to be cleaned up. But this part here was, it was missing. Gosh, who in the world? That's completely busted up, but it's fixable. But anyways, I did find the part so that these, you know, the cleaning pads can actually fit, because I just stuck the cleaning pad on this silver part. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna use what I can, you know. Oh, that's what I was gonna say too. I just tried, that's why this is in here, well, for the floors, and because I took this part out, and I was trying to steam clean the shower. Okay, not the shower, but the bathtub. It has stains in there, and eventually I'm like, you know what? Kelly's Corner, I have seen her paint showers or bathtubs and stuff before, and that's genius. Like, I didn't even know they had paint for that. I mean, I guess these days, yeah, they have paint for everything, but you just don't think about that. You know, who thinks about painting a bathtub? Genius idea on her part. And so I'm going to do that sometime. I looked it up. It's like $60 for like one kit, or for a certain amount. It would be $60, and I might be able to make it spread to our shower in our room. But I would love to do that at some point. It's not a necessity, but I would love, that's like an extra, a thing that that's a want, I guess. I keep seeing like spider webs. Ugh. So gross. I'm not even gonna touch it. I cannot do spider webs. So I figured I might as well, whoopsie daisy. Might as well fold these. It's a little bit. I think I just don't have a lot to do because I've been doing really good with like keeping up on stuff. And there's been so many nights where I force myself to do the dishes when I don't want to, because I think of like, I try to think that I'm going to be feeling the same exact way in the morning, and I don't want to wake up to that feeling. So, you know, and it doesn't take that long. Well, depending on how many dishes you have, it really doesn't take too long to do a couple dishes. So it's like, okay, just clean the kitchen. I don't have to clean the whole house, but I do tell myself, like, the kitchen, that needs to be done. We'll all feel happier in the morning, you know. Plus it's kind of gross to leave like all of that overnight, like, ugh. And we have a cat, so who knows if she's like up there drinking the nasty water. I'm sure she probably is, so I think of that too. But anyways, woo. So I'm just gonna fold these back up when my daughter wakes up at some point. She actually, I think yesterday got to her. She didn't sleep at all yesterday, so now she's like really getting in her nap. But I keep sheets and stuff instead of at the end of the hall where our linen closet is. I actually use that for Jalen's closet. When I was pregnant, I decided to do that. It was like, you don't have to use, just because it's a linen closet doesn't mean you have to use it for that, you know. And we have, oh my gosh, you guys, these smell so good because of those scent beads. I just keep smelling the ocean. But so we have a, you know, we have like a little closet in our bathroom, like a little cabinet on the side by the shower. And that is where I keep like extra picture frames, because like that's a random thing. I don't know what to do with it. Or I don't know what to do with them. So I keep a box of picture frames in there, and then I keep, you know, towels and toilet paper and sheets and stuff like that in there. So these will go back in there. But yeah, so I hung these up. So I didn't like how the curtains I have hanging up right now in the living room were kind of making the walls look a little dingy. And trust me, I took them down, and that's not why the paint color looks different. I took them down and looked at it without any curtains and stuff. I mean, I could have just opened them to do that, but that's not why I did that. I took them down because I was like, well, I'm gonna try to turn these into curtains. So all I did is the seam there, I just kind of cut like a half circle, and then I stuck the bar through there, and I just hung them. I mean, yeah, I cut them, but if my boys actually end up liking using like top sheets, they can still use them, you know what I mean? So it's not like they're completely like ruined. But yeah, my mom, so in that video that I showed these, I was like, oh, my mom's gonna be so mad. She's like, oh, you know, you said I didn't want to show you guys because my mom would be so mad, because my mom was the one that got these. So I thought my mom would be mad that I cut the sheet, you know, she got these for the boys. But she's like, no, that's a great idea. My mom has, she told me, she was like, remember there was a curtain like in her bedroom, and she was saying that that curtain was actually a shower curtain. And it's so funny too, because I think the same way. You kind of just gotta think outside the box sometimes. Like, I don't know, I have actually considered that, because I love our shower curtain. It has like big old flowers on it, and I thought those are white and that would look really cute, or that it's one. I'm like, what's the difference? I mean, really, like, it's still a curtain, It's just you hang it in the shower. Like, there's really no difference, and no one would know. You know what I mean? So, depending on the material, that would look beautiful in our living room. But, but if I took that out and put it in the living room, I would have to hang up something in the shower. I wonder, maybe that's what I'll do in this video. First, let me put away my rags and scoot the chair back over. I'm so weird. I feel like I have to like put the chair perfectly centered. I don't know what that's called. Like, I don't always have to, but I don't know. I do that sometimes. Let's put these away and let's try that. I don't know how I'm going to do it though. I'm going to have to ruin that curtain. I don't really want to. But see, and that's what I was talking about. It needs to be touched up there. Oh, and this is here because Jalen keeps taking it out of the drawer that it goes in. So anyways, put those back there. Okay, so I pulled I'm like so excited. I pulled these curtains down. This is the shower curtain. We do have a liner, so this is not like dirty. I actually washed it. I mean, not like recently, but not too long ago. I will probably wash it. I want to see if it will work though first. Oh, I'm so excited because when I wash it, I could use those ocean beads. But the thing is these, I've saved these. I could have got rid of them because I have no use for them. But hey, guess what? Surprise, I have a use for them now. Because I made the mistake. I wasn't thinking, and I realized after I already made this cut, thinking like, oh, I'll just stick the pole through, and I'm like, oh my gosh, duh. But I wanted to be honest, like, hey, that's what I did. I could have totally lied about that, but it's okay. And these wouldn't fit in here, so what I did is I cut it down a little bit, like just cut down that way a little bit. So I'm gonna pop all these in, and I'm gonna hang this up and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, I love it, minus the fact that it's so low, and you can tell that our window frame still needs to be put in and all of that. That's another thing we need to do as soon as we can do it. But I like how you can see flowers. I think it's so cute. I like that better than the tan one, and at least it's white. Let me turn off the light. The wall is still dark over there, but I don't know. I think it's cute. I'm just going to leave it for now, and I'm going to, so on this one, I'm just going to cut little slots that you can hardly see. I think there's 12 rings. That's generally the amount for the most part, and just kind of space them apart evenly, like 8 inches or whatever it is, and then hang this in the bathroom. Okay, so honestly, I'm not loving it. I like how they look, but I put clothespins. I do have extra plastic little shower curtain rings, but I don't know where they're at right now. I think, hold on. Okay, unless I got rid of them, which hopefully I didn't, but I could poke more holes and make it make more sense, but regardless, it's still gonna be like that. I don't know, not really loving it, but color-wise, I mean, it's not bad. I think it works in here. It's just kind of looking funny, but you know what I could do? I mean, I'm not gonna cut this plastic one behind, but if I wanted to, at least now, if I want, I can like tie these back. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. Not loving it, but I'm gonna leave it. I do like the curtain out in the living room. My daughter just woke up, by the way, so I'm gonna go grab her. I do like that. I would like it to be higher up. Although once we put the frame in, I think it'll be fine. I just like the flowers, but I don't know. Eventually, if I do get new curtains for there, because my husband's like, you can pick stuff and I'll buy it for you on Amazon. So if I do that, because I kind of just quit looking, I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't need it. You know, it's a want. I don't need it. It's pointless, but eventually one day maybe. And then I will probably just hang that back up in the bathroom. Okay, so it's kind of late now. I took my mom to her appointment, or picked up Jace first, hung out here, took her to an appointment. But anyways, this is what I'm making. I have seasoned rice under there, and I made a chocolate cake, and we didn't have green food coloring, but we had orange, and I figured, hey, leprechauns have orange hair. I don't know. I'm trying to like celebrate in any way I can. And I have a meatloaf that's actually done, but so the oven is off, and I just put it in there to kind of cook a little bit longer as the rice finishes. And Jace is actually not going to be here this weekend, so I figured, you know, because Sunday is St. Patrick's Day, I was like, well, that's the whole reason. Like, I wanted to decorate, you know, just a little bit, even though pink balloons doesn't really scream St. Patrick's Day, but the streamers are kind of like a teal color. I just used what we have. Those balloons are actually from Jalen's baby shower, and I just found this tablecloth. It doesn't really fit, but I used like the double-sided tape, and I folded the tablecloth under. I just tried to do the best I could, just to kind of make it feel like, you know, it's some kind of holiday. It's not like we put balloons up for holidays. Usually that's a birthday thing, but I thought it was kind of fun. And earlier today I did, okay, that is the laundry. I got it in the dryer, so I'll be folding that later. I'm not going to record it in this video. I'll probably film it for another video. Okay, good. So that is laundry. I'll probably be doing that tomorrow. I know it's gonna be wrinkly. There's my shower curtain. Earl's all tired because he just put the door and the fender on. Didn't get to put the like inside part on yet, but okay, so I'm in the bathroom where it's kind of quiet because my husband has the TV going. But what I was gonna say is, I don't know where I heard it. I don't remember. But, okay, I thought I heard my dog. She's not crying. But anyways, so cotton clothes, if you really don't want to, you don't have to fold them, because once you're wearing them, the wrinkles will just come out. Not that I don't fold the clothes. I'm just saying they're okay in the dryer because most of our clothes are cotton. Jeans don't really matter. You know what I mean? Like, they're not dress shirts or anything like that. So that's why I'm able to just not worry about wrinkles and stuff for the most part. What was I gonna say? But yeah, he got the door on and stuff. He didn't get to do like the inside part. Gosh, my daughter is just like such a goofball. But what else was I gonna say? So meatloaf hopefully will be good tonight. I actually had a turkey meatloaf recipe that I wanted to do. Oh my gosh, I know why it sounds so crazy. Because I can hear the echo from her baby monitor. So I got her on one side and I can hear the echo. But anyways, it was a turkey meatloaf recipe. I just did ground beef instead. But I would really love to try a meatloaf with turkey. I have some turkey, so I'm kind of waiting on that. But anyways, I'm going to cut this video here. I hope you enjoyed, even though it doesn't have any motivation whatsoever. I felt like, you know what, I just want to do like a really chatty vlog, and I totally did. So hope you didn't mind. I know it was super long, but my next video is not going to be like this, don't worry. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, regardless of how different this video was. And if you did, don't forget to leave your heart emoji down in the comments below. And hit the road, Jack. Okay, hold on. I forgot to mention just a few more things. One thing was the frosting for the cake. They're the little cream cheese ones, and I used 2 cans from Dollar Store, and I added the food coloring. I already said that, but I mixed it with my mixer to make it fluffier. So, and apparently when you do that, it actually makes the flavor better. So there's a little tip. And then I ran out of eggs using them for the cake because, yeah, I just ran out of eggs. So what I did for the egg that I needed for the meatloaf is I substituted it for a 1/4 cup of applesauce. So if you didn't know that, you can do that. And then the other thing, oh, and I was going to show you guys, but I think I'm going to wait to show you until after it gets here. My husband ordered me a dress and it's so pretty. And he was showing me the different colors. You know how like you can swipe over and pick whatever colors you want. It's on Amazon. And he was like, I think it's going to look hot. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, I guess. I just thought it was like, that's a weird comment. And yeah, I was like, yeah, I like the red because it has red in it. And I just painted my fingernails red also and my toes today. Forgot to mention that. A little bit of self-care I did. Little self-care I did. What? Who am I? But he swiped over and on the picture that he picked, the option that he picked, the color, whatever, it says hot. I was like, you're funny. But I'm excited to show you guys that when it gets here. So anyways, that is it. Don't forget to leave your heart and hit the road, Jack. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.